Well, it was a day of chaos. I don't know how else to put it over here at the VMAC. And you've heard everyone weighing in on quarterbacks and whatnot. We're going to weigh in on the quarterback of the defense a little bit. We had a chance to visit with Bobby Wagner. This, to me, I remember us talking about 2-3 weeks ago, who might have the biggest impact on the Seahawks this year. It didn't last year. And to me, Bobby Wagner's got the chance to have a gigantic impact. I mean, he's replacing David Hawthorne as starting middle linebacker. A point that was kind of rammed home, I think, today, Rockstar, by the Seahawks trading their veteran middle linebacker backup, Barrett Rudin. We had a chance to talk to Bobby Wagner, and the podcast is up. Found out it's not very difficult according to him, but he's been calling the plays. He's actually been functioning as a full-on middle linebacker, it sounds like, since day one.
Yeah, he didn't seem intimidated or overwhelmed by it at all. He said, in fact, it's easy. You just repeat the stuff that are said to you in your helmet. You stand in front of guys and talk and say stuff. So it
does sound pretty easy.
He made it sound very easy, but that was really the only battle on defense.
I think so.
That was it. We wondered, because I think early, Barrett Ruud was a guy that Dave Wyman had talked about. He really liked him, and Wagner, young guys, you going to be able to handle all that? Well, he's had the mic and the helmet, and he's relaying the signals. He's kind of the general out there on defense. So, and they've got other options. Pete Carroll talked about it in the press conference today, some guys that are capable of moving around, and
sure,
that there is some depth there. So they obviously feel great about him. He's been referred to as the baby Patrick Willis by Michael Robinson, and there just seems to be a lot of faith in his ability to pick this up, and even if he's not where he's going to be in a year, 2 years from now, you've got so much slack there. You got so many guys to pick up that slack, I should say. You got one of the top-notch defenses in all of football there,
sure,
so he can afford to be maybe a little loose or a little uncertain about things, and the guys around him, the KJ Wrights, the Cam Chancellors, everybody out there are going to be able to pick up that slack.
It's funny, of all the positions you come up with for the Seahawks to say, well, we're going to put a rookie in and have him start and hope it works out. There's no better experience than middle linebacker. I mean, that was Lofa Tatupu for the Super Bowl year, where he came in and kind of in the same way, called plays, functioned as a full-on middle linebacker. And I think they really showed how they feel about him by mentioning that KJ Wright is a guy, if they need to, that they can swing over to the middle, and not necessarily talking about bringing in other guys to play middle linebacker. I mean, I think that kind of emphasizes the point that this is not a fluke, that Bobby Wagner is a guy they like a lot. And they figure he's going to be established as a starter for a while.
Well, the one thing that Wyman is kind of driven home about this defense, and others have as well, is that they don't need a star. They don't need Ray Lewis. They don't need Patrick Willis. They don't need a guy that has all of that on him and he needs to control everything. That they really function as a unit, that they're really just part of one big, great defense, and there isn't one guy who's just, head and shoulders above everybody else and carrying that load the way Ray Lewis had in years past. Even though they were surrounded with talent, they really kind of bore all that responsibility. There's nobody on this defense that they really look at that way. It's just a group effort, and I think that helps.
Bobby Wagner ensconced as middle linebacker as of today.